going, monsters? Mm. You can do it. Whoa.
My name is Ishvara and I have come today to talk a little about how things look in your planet in relation to other planets in the universe. There are many planets that are on the same plane of development as Earth, although they do not all look the same. They may have different conditions for life and growth, but there are planets that have a similar development and resemble Earth. You could feel at home there if you chose to come there. Some of you have already visited such a planet at some point in your long life to gain a certain experience that would develop you further in a slightly faster way. There are also planets that are at the beginning of their development plan and there is not much life that can be seen with the naked eye. It consists mostly of spiritual life in the form of mountains, volcanoes, and dust. To the human eye it looks dead and desolate just like the mountains and deserts that exist on your Earth. However, it teems with life because everything that is in motion is life of some kind. There are also planets that have a higher development than Earth with a more perfected technology and a greater developed ability to love. They would regard the Earth as a more or less barbaric planet, a development that today they have difficulty understanding that they themselves have found themselves in. However, they are willing to help their sisters and brothers on Earth to the extent that they have the opportunity and permission to do so. However, it is required that you have developed a certain ability to love in order for them to be able to do that. Ability to love and will equals manifestation and a new change can take place in your consciousness and the planet you are currently on. There are planets that are even higher in their development and where everyone lives in unity with everything. They can choose to either live in physical or ethereal form. They can shift and use mostly ethereal form, and only physical if they feel it is needed for some reason, so that they can better benefit what they want to accomplish, to help something or someone. They assist in transitions, such as the one Earth is currently in. They impart their wisdom to higher evolved individuals, to guide Earth and its inhabitants to a higher level of development and love. All the great prophets had contact with someone from this realm and had their intuition strengthened in the form of images and an inner voice that provided information about what reality really looked like. What was the purpose of the life that they were currently living, and the evolution that the Earth and humans were in. There are further realms above this realm, where one is only in etheric form and is helpful everywhere in the universe, wherever they are called to help. They are often referred to as angels or deities and there are no names that tell who they are. They are what we call God's right hand and serve only the highest good. They can only feel happiness and love and everything to them is happiness and love. Yes, dear ones, it can be a lot to take in and understand. but many have heard it and can understand it in theory. Some have accepted that it can be this way. Others have rejected it as a theory that is impossible to prove and thus belongs to the imagination. However, it can be proven, but not with the measurements that your scientists use today. The spiritual development needs to be added to the physical, and you will take a quantum leap into another reality and gain a greater understanding of what it really looks like in the universe. A part of science is already on its way there but has difficulty getting their knowledge and the intuition they possess heard. However, this will change in the future, and a new evolution is taking place on Earth that will live in a higher vibration of love and light. It is with your willingness to increase your ability to love that you change your world, your friends. You get all the help you need to strengthen it. You have many around you who are happy to help with that and who want to serve you in the best and most loving way that they can and are allowed to. You are blessed and loved. Great love.
So my special friends, greetings. We are Lowe. The awakening of the individual is the awakening of the collective. And the collective requires the individual expression as an individualized human form to walk this path of great realization. Therefore, the self-realization process that all of you have heard before through the many lineages that have lived the human form is truly a significant process, happening both unconsciously as well as in a chosen conscious way. The awakening itself is the beginning stages of the self-realization journey. An individual may experience the awakening in a natural, spontaneous way. A moment of clarity, a moment of expansion, a moment of true presence may spark this awakening process. And as the individual, as you experience this expansion, the constructs in which you have been living, the experiences you have been having as an individualized human, will shift, as your perspective has shifted. At first, you will bring this new perspective of presence into all aspects of your life. You will observe yourself and others in interaction. You will observe yourself in the many circumstances of life, the dynamics that you have co-created. And you will notice with great detail that certain dynamics are dynamics of the past, unprocessed. You will notice that certain circumstances are equally a remnant of unprocessed elements of the past. A significant amount of energy is moved into the unprocessed elements of the past, keeping you from true presence in the moment. The unprocessed past will cycle in continuous processes within a lifetime and through many lifetimes, until completed. This is what many of you have understood as karmic loops. The rising energies on this plane of existence will accelerate the processing of the past. This will provide a new level of experience for all of you. Individuals like yourself will find challenge in the present moment, as the present moment is less present than it truly can be. Your true power emerges from true presence. It is no one else but you to bring yourself into this great state of empowerment, into this great state of alignment. Despite our words and the energetic adjustments we provide, it is truly you that is choosing this conscious journey of evolution, this conscious journey of becoming present, embracing the totality of your being, embracing all aspects that you have been aware and conscious of, embracing all aspects that now become visible of your unconscious and unaware aspects of your being. The totality of your being beyond your mental construct and operations, your thoughts, your judgments, your opinions and perspectives, the identity you have assumed, embracing your emotional construct beyond the emotions that you feel in the moment, and the emotions you feel about life and yourself, embracing this physical construct beyond the feelings and sensations that it provides, the impulses and the vessel that it is for this lifetime, embracing the energetic spiritual construct of your being, the embodiment of your consciousness within this vessel of the human form, a greater level of detail, a greater level of sensitivity, a greater level of awareness will emerge. All aspects of your being will start to be embraced as you, and only those that have understood, embraced themselves in the totality of their being, can truly embrace others in their being. Only those that have embraced themselves in the totality of their being can truly embrace all of humanity, the entire collective, with all variations, experimentations, and manifestations of the individualized human form. The diversity that humanity represents, that every individual represents, is truly unique for every single individual human being. While you will find correlation and similarities in others' experiences with yours, truly everyone is individualized in a significant and unique way. To embrace the uniqueness of all, you will first embrace the uniqueness of yourself, all that you are, all that you have lived, all that you will live, all that you can be, all that you could have been. In this very moment, every aspect of your being is available to you. Right now, here, you are all. Rest in this present moment. All that there is this moment, the totality of your being emerging from this very moment, the power that you hold, the power that you wield, here, in this very moment. And with every moment unfolding beyond this very moment, you will always have the choice to live life according to your terms. Your willpower, your free will, is always the highest, most regarded law of this existence. While you are the one that chooses, you will make recommendations and offer perspectives and reminders so that your choices can include greater perspective and greater possibility. And as you walk this path, choosing your life, choosing the next moment, choosing your actions, choosing your thoughts, choosing your emotions and all expressions of your being, you seek to receive from the presence that you hold right now, from the alignment that you hold, from the embrace of the totality of your being. To be truly free, to be truly liberated in your existence, requires this embrace of who you are. It is beyond acceptance, it is beyond appreciation. It is an innate knowing and integration of all that you have ever been and all that you ever can be. This alignment, this present moment, this silence, is your sanctuary, is your stronghold, is your power, is your trust in life. This is your source of abundance. This is your source of livelihood, of health, well-being, of strength, and of love. All emerges from the quality and the depth of your presence. The time that you live in this lifetime, every moment is precious, is a gift to you, and it is yours to choose, will always be yours to choose. Choose wisely, choose consciously, how you receive the present moment, how you hold yourself in your greatest alignment and in your greatest potential. Allow yourself to make changes. Allow yourself to embrace change. Allow yourself to love all aspects of your being. Allow yourself to find gratitude in every moment of life, especially the moments of deep conscious awareness. And as you might get carried away in challenging moments of life, in challenging moments of the human experience, remember, the next present moment is yours to shape, is yours to establish, and will always follow your lead. Your time, your energy, your love, your presence is yours. A sense of alignment will allow values to emerge from within you, values that are aligned with all aspects of your being, values that are beyond mental concepts, ideologies, and rules established by previous generations. While many lineages in previous generations brought forth important values to embrace and to learn from, the values that emerge from the present moment that you have found are the ones that you will sustainably embrace, embody, and live. You will notice a shift of your perspective and of your presence, a shift of what is possible, a shift of deeper trust, a shift of greater love. This is the journey of becoming a conscious creator in this lifetime. The more individuals in human form that embark on this journey of conscious evolution, of chosen awakening, the more individuals will be impacted by the choice of you. The presence you bring into every situation, every circumstance, every relationship, will shape the moment that others have with you, and you become a catalyst for the transformation of others. You become an inspiration, an example of what is possible in the human form. And without diminishing the choices that they have made, dismissing the experiences that they are having, you become observant and present to all that they are, all that they have not embraced yet of their own being. You assist in their level of presence through the choices you have made for your level of presence. The creations that will emerge from those that have found deeper levels of presence and alignment within themselves will impact all of humanity. The creations will be in unison with the collective. The creations will be considerate of the choices and the will that others have. The creations will embrace all of life and this earth as an unconditional source of energy and love. The creations will include the equal nature of all humans deserving of love, deserving of presence, deserving of well-being, deserving of the power that they can embody as an individual. and humanity's journey of awakening lies in your hand and in the choices that you make as an individual. Thank you for embracing this path. Thank you for making this choice for yourself, and for all of those that have not yet. We will now commence the adjustments. These adjustments will assist in deeper levels of presence, in deeper levels of conscious awareness, allowing you to observe yourself from a non-dual perspective, allowing yourself to be fueled for the self-realization that you are gifted with. Thank you for listening to our words. We will now commence with the adjustments. Thank you for receiving this gift of ours, to you, your life, and to all of humanity. It is an unconditional gift of our love for creation, our love for the experience of humanity and human consciousness, our love for the evolution that is occurring from within all of humanity and within you. Our work is complete. Channel, Asil Toxel.
The Arcturians. Be in the now. Dear Arcturians, I just had a long, very deep meditation, but I had to get up and walk across the room to get my computer and write about it. Can you please assist me now to bring back what seems to fly away as soon as my consciousness came back to 3D life? Dear Cecile, do you see how easily we say one, as we speak to all of you, can go back into a higher state of consciousness? You are typing with your eyes closed, now to better experience the inner world. Therefore, we will lead you back into the state of consciousness, which is interrupted so that you could share it with others. First, we say thank you to you and to all the others who share their interdimensional experiences with the members of their third dimensional reality. It is the now for the third dimensional reality to move into its next, higher expression. In fact, there are many fourth dimensional events that have been occurring because these events are fourth dimensional rather than fifth dimensional. They are usually extreme to your third dimensional reality. Please do not be concerned with the many changes and problems that seems to be appearing with your third dimensional reality. Yes, we are happy that our grounded ones are concerned enough to find their personal manner in which they can assist humanity through this process of planetary ascension. People ask, when will this ascension occur? The reality is that planetary ascension is occurring within your now, but you can only experience it when you are in the now. What does that mean to be in the now? What that means at the most basic level is that when you are in the now, you are present within the now of your own consciousness. How often does this actually occur? How often are you thinking, feeling, living in the past or the future? There is no problem in being in the past or the future unless it makes you forget the present. So, what do we mean by the present? What we mean by the present is that you are, as much as possible, living within the now. The now is not a time, The now is a state of consciousness in which you are fully or even partially in connection with your own higher dimensional self. This higher dimensional self is not just in the fifth dimension and beyond. Your own higher dimensional self is within the unsuited 98% of your brain, the unsuited 98% of the interdimensional consciousness, and within the 98 of your true percent multidimensional self. Humanity has been trained to believe that they are just a clay vessel that they are wearing to create the physical earth vessel. However, this earth vessel is indeed the third dimensional earth vessel that was created within your third dimensional mother's womb. In order for our brave volunteers to take an earth vessel, to be able to have an earth vessel, they must go through the process of birth that the humans experience. There are, of course, cases of beings a walk-in. Usually being a walk-in means that one of the higher dimensional beings decides to wear a 3D vessel so that they can better understand how to assist ascending Gaia. Sometimes these walk-ins remember their true life in the higher dimensions, but usually that is the only ones they have expanded their physical consciousness to embrace their metaphysical realities. On the other hand, most of them are very imaginative children. Usually these children learn to keep their mouths shut about their true self, as most people become very disturbed by that situation. Fortunately, these children are usually in constant communication with one or more versions of their higher self and of friends in the higher dimensional homeworld or starship. Usually the adults tell the children that these experiences are just your imagination. After the child has heard that enough times, they either stop their interdimensional conversations as they don't want to be different than the others, or they keep what they think of as a very special friend as a secret from others. Having the secret often makes the child shy, or it may even harm their self-esteem. However, the comfort and information they are receiving from their secret friend is too difficult to give up. Therefore, they don't talk to anyone about what is the one of the most important things in their life. On the other hand, the comfort and information that they receive from their unseen friends becomes so important that they hold onto these friends and their information like an inner tube in stormy waters. This experience of being cast adrift in an unsafe world is often their experience. However, since they cannot share their higher dimensional experiences with others, they begin to share their third dimensional experiences with their higher self. In this manner, they realize that they have a blessing rather than a curse. They have their own friend, as many children call us. We are indeed their friends, and we are also made of light. We, the fifth dimensional and beyond, have completed our tour of duty in our earth vessels and have returned home to our higher dimensional ships and or higher dimensional planets. While visiting our higher dimensional ships and home worlds, we are able to not only fully express our innate fifth dimensional self, but we are also able to communicate with and send unconditional love to our galactic friends who are currently wearing Earth vessels. We, those who have returned from our tour of duty on Earth, are very aware of the difficulties of awakening to the higher dimensional aspects of your true self, while you are still wearing a third dimensional, very limited physical body. Even more difficult, we intend to take our tour of duty during a time era which is or will have great upheaval. For example, the baby boomers came into Afterworld War II to make sure that no more world wars would occur. They have been relatively successful in their endeavor, that there are not have been any world wars with atomic bombs, but they have been some major disasters such as Chernobyl and Vietnam. We, the members of the higher dimensional society, whom you often experience and communicate with in your not body or meditations, are always with you. You may not see us in your physical world, as we choose to remain in your fifth dimension and guide you from that higher frequency of reality. Also, as you begin to realize that your imagination, inner fantasies, and or dreams are indeed real experiences, you usually can only realize that the fact after you allowed yourself to write down your dreams, asked your higher self to channel information to you, and you share your experiences with others and who are having similar experiences. It is very challenging to walk this truth alone. However, the best way to walk this truth is to share it with others. If every human who has had any forms of interdimensional experience were to form a line, it would almost encompass the earth. It is our call to awaken all our earthbound expressions of our fifth dimensional and beyond expressions of self. We in the fifth dimension and beyond have fully realized that we are an all multidimensional being. What that means is that all of those us who resonate to the fifth dimension and beyond are in touch with most or all of the higher dimensional expressions of our multidimensional self. That is all, but not including our third dimensional expressions. Our third dimensional expressions resonate to a much lower frequency, which is the frequency of planet Earth. Those brave expressions of our multidimensional self volunteer to leave all or most of the higher dimensional abilities with their higher dimensional self, so that they could understand why it was so difficult to live a life filled with unconditional love and fifth dimensional knowing on the third dimensional planet called Earth. Many of us went to Venus, Gaia's dear sister, to prepare for our great challenge of being a third-dimensional human. Venus is Gaia's sister planet. Therefore, many of Gaia's volunteers travel to Venus for meditations or night bodies to receive the unconditional love, total kindness, and wonderful lessons that can be gained by that visit. Of course, this visitation usually occurs during one's sleep. Therefore, it is often forgotten. Also, that information is not something that most people feel they could share with others. So they often keep the experience to themselves. We, your galactic family, are so very sorry so that you have had to live in such an unsafe world for so many incarnations. However, Gaia too is tiring of her third-dimensional vibration and is preparing her planetary self, as well as those who serve her planetary body, for her planetary ascension. Most humans on Earth during your nap have little knowledge of ascension and think of it as something that only ascended masters can do. However, we, your galactic family, wish you to know that you are already ascended to the fifth dimension and beyond. While on our journey, just as you would not wear a heavy vest in the desert or a bathing suit in the middle of a huge desert, you do not wear your light body while you are on Earth. It is for this reason that most of us do not take so many incarnations on Earth. We find that we can better assist our brave volunteers to take an Earth vessel via our interdimensional communication. We wish to tell you that there are so many ways to have interdimensional communication if there are people.
Oh my god, it's so
Because
fucking
Earth
weird.
has such a diversity of people.
Oh my god.
There is also a great diversity of volunteers. Before we take an Earth vessel, we study everything about Earth's history, starting from its conception as a planet. This information is not shared with humanity. However, if their consciousness is high enough that they can join us on our ship via dreams or other means, they will be able to join in with our meetings. Then when they in fact you wake up to your 3D world, you will be able to remember some of what you have experienced. However, the third dimensional brain cannot hold fifth dimensional information for very long, as the frequency rate of the message is too high for it deeply aligned with the physical brain. Therefore, we ask you to contact as soon as you awaken. If you want to be able to remember what occurred. If you forget to contact us in the morning, you will likely totally forget all that has occurred in your higher dimensional night body. In fact, most people forget what occurred while in their night body, but they may wake up in a pleasant feeling and sense of comfort and courage. In fact, comfort and courage are amongst the most important things that humanity needs during these difficult times. We, your galactic family, see that Gaia, as well as many of her humans, have suffered greatly via the planetary changes. Some of these changes are warm up for a planetary ascension, and some of these changes are because humanity is in a process of expanding their consciousness, perceptions, and interactions with all life. When a person or planet is within a cycle of change, the which needs to be released comes to the surface of their awareness so that they can take charge of their life. It is through taking responsibility for the life that you have created that you have empowered to make the changes that are necessary within your now. Please remember that creating change is very brief. Once one decides to change, then they will begin a process of letting go of that which you no longer wish to experience and letting in the which fills you with unconditional love and joy. Through our collective volunteers to take Earth Whistle on Gaia, we have learned how very difficult it can be to live on a third, fourth dimensional planet who is ready to transmit into a fifth dimensional planet. Many of you have taken multiple incarnations on Gaia to learn how to assist her in this now of planetary ascension. Because time is an illusion of the third, fourth dimensions, we and you cannot give a time about when this planetary ascension will occur. However, rest assured that you return to us, your galactic friends and family, on a regular basis. It has been decided that the memory of that event is important within this now of great changes and problems on Gaia's Earth. Therefore, please remember that when you go to Earth, it is to assist Gaia first, and then all her inhabitants. Blessings for your great contributions, and thank you for joining us in this conversation. We, your galactic family, are happy to join you on our ship in your night body. You may or may not remember these visits, but what it is now, you will be called to duty and remember all that you have learned. We ask that you document this information as soon as you receive it, as the third dimensional brain cannot hold onto fifth dimensional information for much of your time.
Loved Masters, over the many past years and in many ways, we have endeavored to convey to you the magnificence and all-inclusive meaning of love/light from the Supreme Creator Source. Allow us to give you a brief review of some of the vitally important details of the more refined fifth-dimensional universal laws and also of the Aquarian Divine Blueprint. When you achieve a certain level of harmony within, you activate and connect the physical body gateways or portals with the higher frequency levels of your oversoul consciousness, which include the Ascension Chakra or Medulla Oblongata at the base of the skull, the back portal of your sacred heart, and your sacred mind, which is located in the upper, back portion of the brain. There is also an expansion of your crown chakra column of light, which will begin to clear the distortions that keep you from interacting with your entry-level, fifth-dimensional sacred triad. Divine love/light originated within the heart/mind of the Supreme Creator, the substance of all creation. The complete, full-spectrum light or electromagnetic radiation contains all the necessary light mathematics, sacred geometry, and the keys and codes needed to create worlds without end. None of the manifested universes could exist without this life force substance, and neither could you. The words love and light go together, for the two are inexorably connected. They are an intrinsic part of the whole. Everything in creation contains essence, the love/light energy of creation or a spark of the divine. Again, we stress, nothing can exist without it. Light permeates all manifested creation, and as new creations are brought forth into existence, the light penetrates and suffuses the darkness, thereby expanding creation out into the great void. Love is the dynamic force of all creation. Life is the Creator's love made manifest. The sacred mind and the sacred heart are not made of material world matter. They consist of gossamer, ethereal light substance that cannot be detected by a scientific means. However, they are more real than any part of your physical body. For once you reestablish the connection between your sacred mind, your sacred heart, and your diamond core God cell, there will be a constant flow of adamantine particles, as well as pertinent, advanced information coming from within your memory seed atoms and also from your oversoul, higher self. That is why it is so critical that you reconnect your triad of God consciousness, the sacred mind, the sacred heart, and the multiple facets of your diamond core God cell. As you gradually move into the vibrational patterns of the fifth dimension, your cells, etheric body, and auric field will begin an accelerated purification process. Tranquility begins in the lowest level of the fifth dimension and strengthens exponentially. Gaining godly power and wisdom requires that you move beyond the massive belief patterns of the collective consciousness of humanity into attunement with your cosmic consciousness, via the many facets of your higher self. Emotional stability and mental effort are required in order to successfully traverse the path of illumination. There is a law of equilibrium which applies to the fifth dimension and above. Envision your love/light energy pouring forth as tiny crystalline diamonds, filled with the pure divine essence of our Father/Mother God. For indeed, if you are reading these messages and understand the truth in them, and if you have put even a small portion of what we have given you into practice, you are now capable of accessing and integrating the refined, rarefied frequencies of light from the Supreme Creator. At that point, you begin to build a force field of full spectrum light, as you strive to become a master of self, and a conscious co-creator who creates only those things that are for the greatest benefit of all. From that time forward, your breathing exercises and affirmations take on a whole new meaning. These are major physical steps in the ascension process, for they reinstate your connection with the river of life, which contains the living light particles of creation, adamantine particles. When you are practicing the infinity breath exercise, you are breathing through the sacred heart, which creates a continuous flow of cosmic energy throughout the physical vessel. This process floods the system with adamantine particles of divine, sacred firelight. In order to become a living tributary for the river of life, you must prepare yourself to allow the essence of life to flow into and through you. You must use what you need and then allow the remainder to flow forth, ready and available to be molded into wondrous new creations. In this way, you become bearers and servers of the light. This is the ultimate message of all the teachings we have given you over these past years. This is the goal of self-mastery. This is the way of ascension. At times, during your meditations, when you are consciously focused on your diamond core God cell within your sacred heart core, it is possible to tap into the bliss state of higher consciousness. It is as if you move into that stream or river of life. It is a feeling you will never forget. However, once again, the universal laws apply. You can only access the frequency level in which you are attuned. There is a failsafe, therefore, as you ascend in consciousness and integrate higher and higher refined frequency patterns, it enables you to access higher and more refined levels of love/light, adamantine particles. Some of the major permanent seed atoms within the physical vessel. A first ray, mental seed atom within the pineal gland. A second ray, heart seed atom within the sacred heart. A third ray, astral seed atom within the solar plexus. A root chakra seed atom containing a reserve of adamantine particles of light. A second seed atom within the root chakra containing your divine blueprint for the emerging age of Aquarius. The higher wisdom and refined energy required for traversing the sub-levels of the third and fourth dimensions are supplied by the three God ray attributes and qualities of each, higher frequency, oversoul/higher self. This vital energy flows through the threefold, love, life, light cords within the person's column of light, life force energy, consciousness, and creativity. As the person gradually awakens to the nudgings of the soul and higher self, thereby becoming a seeker of higher wisdom, the consciousness and creativity cords become active, and vital frequencies of self-mastery and ascension begin to flow into the physical vessel. Eventually, higher frequency, vibrational patterns will be radiated from the God seed atom down through the river of life column of light, the antakarana, into the soul star, and then directly into the pineal and pituitary glands, as well as the sacred mind and sacred heart. The physical mind, controlled earlier by the ego desire body personality, is then controlled by the higher consciousness facet of the soul self. Each higher dimensional sacred triad was diminished in light portion as it moved further out into the void and the density of creation. The lowest level fifth dimensional stage of awareness, the densest, first sublevel, will initiate a focus on the mental body and the integration of divine will/power. Specific evolutionary laws apply on each subplane as well as on each full plane of consciousness. Every sacred/spiritual triad contains the essence of the three God rays for this sub-universe. Divine will, love/wisdom, intelligence in action. Laws of spirit within the fifth dimension entail learning how to wield energy in the physical, material world using the three God rays from within your God seed atom, via the sacred triad of the first sublevel of the fifth dimension, to which you are gradually becoming attuned. The Trinity aspect of the third/fourth dimensions, spirit/mind/heart, now becomes a perfected duality, a soul-infused personality, a fully conscious soul on the physical plane. From that point onward, the soul-infused personality is directly connected to the fifth dimensional, entry-level, sacred triad, which is connected to all of the higher frequency sacred triads throughout the multi-dimensions. After completing this stage of evolution, there will no longer be an oversoul/higher self within the third and fourth dimensions. Brain/mind, sacred mind will/power/purpose. Heart, sacred heart love/wisdom/intuition. Body, solar plexus solar power center/ego personality. The soul's primary goal is to prepare its physical vessel host to integrate enough creator light to lift its frequencies from the third/fourth dimensional environment into the base fifth dimensional level. At that point, the physical vessel becomes soul-infused or an empowered soul, within a complementary vessel. The aspirant is no longer just a human being with a sustaining soul. Each person is like a miniature whirlpool in an ocean of the Creator's dynamic, swirling energy. The sacred triad is a holographic, refracted expression, a specifically programmed memory seed atom facet of your white fire God seed atom. The soul's multiple memory seed atoms are an expression or specific facets of the sacred triad. The ego personality is a physical expression of the soul. As you traverse the sub-levels of the fifth dimension, there is a sacred triad station within each of the 7 sub-dimensional levels, each one diminished in size and like power from the one above. All of the sacred triads were sent forth directly from within the heart core of our God seed atom, and they have been stationed within every sub-level and full dimensional level, all the way down to the lowest sub-plane of the fifth dimension. As human beings, spirit/soul/body, you are infused with the will to create, a sense of purpose, instinctual incentive, and a complex emotional nature. Each person will have unique moods, desires, qualities, inherited complexities, and inhibitions, for each incarnation is the sum total of the major aspects of a person's thousands of life experiences. The soul is reflected through the personality until soul integration is complete, at which time the personality is overlighted and reflected by and through the soul self. The sacred white cosmic fire, adamantine particles, that you magnetize to you as an awakened self-master must continually circulate. Only a certain amount, that which is appropriate for each soul to integrate at their current level of enlightenment, can be stored within the physical vessel. The balance must be radiated out into the world of form. The Supreme Creator is composed of infinite, indefinable essence power, which is so overwhelming that you cannot even begin to imagine its magnitude. That wondrous essence power has been reduced within every dimensional level of creation so that you, starseed co-creators, may claim your portion of this magnificent potential power. Each human being contains hundreds of possible personality traits which have been stored within the genetic structure, DNA of his or her four bodily systems: physical, mental, emotional, and etheric. It is up to each person to determine which personality traits he or she will develop and present to the outside world. The faster you neutralize or harmonize your negative personality traits, the more quickly your godly potential or oversoul, higher self will emerge. Only then will you gain access to your full potential as a co-creative master within the physical planes of existence. Your planet is now plugged directly into the heart core of the great central sun within the Milky Way galaxy. The new cosmic waves of creator light are a great gift to the awakened souls on planet Earth. Even though these refined, higher frequency rays are not being beamed directly into the lower fourth and third sub-dimensional levels, the transforming frequencies of light will gradually filter into and affect everyone and everything on Earth. Scientists have announced that a hydrogen wall barrier has been discovered at the edge of this solar system. These barriers are the membranes of light that we have spoken of in the past. Science and spirituality are validating and merging many conceptual teachings and theories of the past as more human beings tap into the resources of the sacred mind. As a result of its alignment with the galactic center and attunement with the great central sun of the galaxy, the Earth is in the process of raising its frequency patterns, soul song, so it may return to its status as a sacred planet. This sub-universe is also being upgraded in vibrational frequencies as a result of being bombarded with the adamantine particles of creator light via our universal Father/Mother God. The Milky Way galaxy is also divided into 12 sectors or quadrants, just as the universe is divided into sub-universal sectors. Each quadrant within the galaxy have governing councils of light in multiples of 12. Hopefully, you are gaining a better understanding as to the importance of the numbers 12 and 144, for these numbers apply to all of the holograms of creation throughout this sub-universe. Remember, my brave ones, in every era and major cycle, cosmic wisdom and divine truth are made available to those with open minds and loving hearts. Submission to the will of our Father/Mother God means adherence to the universal laws as they are revealed to you. A self-master always strives to make the highest choices, has a burning desire to serve others, and is always responsible for their own actions. Call on us and allow us to light the way as you journey forth into the future. You are loved most profoundly. I am Archangel Michael. Channel, Rana Vezane.
The Federation of Light. Everything is changing. Perhaps we could continue on from last week's chat regarding the energy tripling of late and how that is affecting our physicality. Would that suit? It would be most agreeable to do so. It is obvious to those who chose to become aware of the fact that not only are energies changing much of the way you choose to think and behave, they are taking their toll on your bodies also. We use the term taking their toll due to the fact that for many, they are finding struggles with their physicality in one form or another. Aches and pains and unusual markings are noticed. Unusual markings.
Damon was
Indeed.
talking about having scratch
Many
marks
are
and
noticing patterns forming on their skin which were not there before. There is no cause for alarm. It is simply a section of blood cells/flow that are increasing in their dynamic intensity. Meaning exactly what? All the workings, the miraculous intentions of your design within the physical flesh are rearranging themselves into a higher format. Increase in blood flow can make one feel quite dizzy, it seems. Why do we need an increase in blood flow? To match the increase in energy. Everything is stepping up. Everything. If your inner workings were to remain the same as they once were, one would find themselves not being able to keep up with the pace of their life. These subtle, yet powerful changes within cannot take place without causing awareness of focus in particular parts of the body. Strange tingles can be felt throughout the body. A little like a blood rush, for this is what it is. We would also say that the quality of blood is also transmuting into a richer variety. The heart is very much alerting one to its presence, and its rhythm can often become out of sync for short periods of time. This is as it is adjusting to a new pace, also. The regular rhythm of a beat is being slowed down. I thought you were going to say speed it up. No. In the case of the heart, it is slowly slowing down in order to pump through the richer variety of blood. The slowing down also allows one's disposition to be of a more relaxed persona. Eyes can become blurry at interim periods. Vision is astute at times, and at others, quite the opposite. Eventually, a sharpness of quality shall ensue. Ears are a strange affair in that they are reacting quite differently to many. Sound is of utmost importance to the upgrade of self-preservation. It is most beneficial for one to quietly listen to tones of chimes or bowls or musical notes, or wind and rain, or oming. To listen to all majestical sounds and tune into the vibration of them helps greatly in grounding these adjustments that are taking place. Many souls have always struggled with tension in the neck and shoulders. Carrying the weight of the world on one's shoulders could not be a more accurate of statement. Yes. Why is it we carry so much tension there? Because it is support to the head, and much goes on inside the head. Makes sense. However, at this time as upliftment of all that is progresses, there is also the fact that structure in the neck and shoulder area is amending itself to a more appropriate figure. I'm all for that, let me tell you. Bring on the more appropriate figure. I've been searching for that all my life. We are aware of the humor stated. Yet, we would say this is more in the carriage area. Hopefully not the undercarriage, as my mother, bless her, used to call the nether regions of the body. How that made me laugh. We are not speaking of these nether regions at this point. We return to the carriage within the neck and shoulder arena. Necks are lengthening. In a light and attuned physique, it is more comfortable for the stem from the head to be thinner and lengthier. Very much like E.T.S. Indeed. Everything within the body is working its way back to a lighter form. The very structure of it shall become lighter. Bones, muscles, tissues, organs, everything is returning into a lighter form of itself. You say returning. If we were to go back as far as the caveman physique, I wouldn't say there were exactly front-page Vogue models by any stretch of the imagination. Then stretch your imagination back, way before that, to times when you came from other planets to venture onto / into this new territory that is now called Earth. What was it called then? It originally had no name. It eventually was given 2 or 3 that are not of your pronounceable format. In time, different vibration of sounds stuck. Earth being one of them. As density of vibrations formed over thousands of years, so too, the density of the physical form had to change alongside it in order to adapt for survival. And now the same is taking place. Yet, as we say, back into a form that is suitable for the lighter vibrations that are returning. We state here that we are not saying to ignore certain ailments that may require attention. Yet, we are choosing to make one aware that many niggles that seem more intense than usual are probably the change in you beginning to occur. Breathe into them. Breathe into the aware area with your smile, in the knowing that your body is lightening up. Many are discovering the need to change their diet, or the need to hold back from certain amusements for the body, which the body is not actually amused by at all. An example: certain drugs, certain foods that one enjoys,
are no longer as enjoyable due to the after effect that occurs in these days. The body, the lighter body, is unable to tolerate certain densities of certain things. We spoke last time of alcohol.
That is
The
for
effectiveness will no
sure.
longer be such a requirement as many are coming into their own and finding ways to relax and chill out, as you would say, without the after effects that are now most uncomfortable. One may enjoy the drink at the time yet, not the reprisals of it. We ask not for one to have to try to make any of these changes, yet to simply allow the changes to feel agreeable, without effort. Much food and that which is contained within it cannot be tolerated by the body. Rejection symbols are obvious. Reactions to poisons are more prominent, and one is now recognizing what the body will and will not, can and cannot tolerate. Choice in well-being is becoming very apparent for so many now. When one becomes aware of the injection of negative forces that are within much intake to the body through deception of scrumptious, there are decisions to be made for the higher good of preservation. This new lighter being that you are becoming would like to reside in a new lighter body. So many are turning to ground forces that have been monitored by themselves and harvested with love. Food is for the nurturing of the body, to help it thrive. This food process has been processed beyond recognition for convenience to fit lifestyle. Yet, one is recognizing it is not the style of life that is serving. Ask for understanding and assistance from your higher self, from divine source, to naturally bring these changes about within your being. State your desire to serve the body, mind, and soul for the highest good of all, and allow the wisdom to pour into your thoughts on matters such as these. Listen to your soul. Listen to your body. Listen to your feelings and act accordingly. The pleasure that comes from doing so is proof manifest that you are indeed on the right path. Thank you for that. Very interesting and quite different from usual, perhaps. We desire to be of service in any way we can during these transformational experiences. Until next time, then, in gratitude, in loving service, I am. Angelic guides, must you have negative experiences in order to grow? For those of you who are finding it harder to trust that your dreams really will manifest, you are not alone. Today, we would like to focus your attention upon trusting the process of your desired manifested goals. As many of you become aware of the tremendous power you each hold in your role as the creator of your reality, you find yourself wondering, why would I have manifested this experience, this challenge, this problem, for myself? Why would I choose to experience something negative? Allow us to further expand upon this to help you better understand this process. We often offer you analogies to help you to better understand our messages, so allow us to offer you the analogy of the bow and arrow. If you were to pull a bowstring back as far as you possibly could and then let the arrow fly, the propulsion forward would be immense. However, if you were to take that very same bow and arrow, only this time you did not pull the bowstring back at all, how far would the arrow soar? Not very far at all, right? You see, the negative experiences that manifest in your life are a result of the vibration you have pulsed out most dominantly. However, they can benefit you greatly. The negative experiences give you such propulsion forward in the opposite direction because you naturally want to move away from what pains you and into what feels better to you. Every single one of you want to feel good without exception. Just as the arrow was able to soar far from you when you have pulled the string back as far as you could, so too can you use the experiences that have pained you to create something far different. So the question becomes, must you experience negativity, challenges, and problems in order to grow? Our answer is no, not necessarily. You can grow in any situation. You can grow from wonderful experiences too. You can feel, see, and know so very clearly what feels wonderful to you, and this is a wonderful benefit to you as well. However, nothing gets your attention like that which makes you feel sad, angry, frustration, or in pain. You do not have to manifest negative experiences to ensure that you will grow. The word grow in the spiritual context has become something that most equate with pain of some kind, but know that you will grow from absolutely every single experience that you have. You cannot stop growing, evolving, and progressing. You are eternal creator beings. Though you may find yourselves in challenging situations, some of which may seem as though they are completely out of your control, We want to remind you that you always have control over your focus, your thoughts, and your vibration. In duality, there will always be light and dark, positive and negative, good and bad. It's the variety that delighted you when you decided to come here. Why? Because you knew how endlessly inspired you would be to continue to create and innovate upon what has already been physically created. Continue to create, explore, and evolve as the eternal creator beings that you are. Try not to berate yourself for having a negative feeling, a challenging situation, or a difficult problem you are facing. Rather, we encourage you to shift your focus and now look for the solution to present itself to you with ease. We hope that we have served you in some way. In love and light, we are your angelic guides.
Dear sons and daughters of planet Earth, I am Sun, and once again, it is with great joy that I come here. We are not ending anything. There is no such interruption in time for us, but we know it is a moment of celebration and great joy for this planet. What can we say about this new time that is about to begin? We cannot say that you will be 100% happy. Happiness will depend on how each of you will face your path of evolution. Along the path of your souls, you have been accumulating a lot of things, feelings, actions, a lot of things in each incarnation. Some were eliminated, learned, and others reinforced. We must remember to point out that new ones also popped up. In each lifetime, you carried some suitcases, but you never knew what was inside them. You only knew that there were teachings and actions to be corrected. Your masters were in charge of making situations happen so that some of these suitcases would be opened and thrown away, eliminated from your path. Those that remained, or the new ones that appeared, went to the next incarnation. And so it has been happening over time. You are on the threshold of a new time and changes. All those suitcases brought in over time are there now. There will be no more looking ahead. They have to be opened and disposed of now. How can we say that the time to come will be a time of happiness? There is no way to tell. It will depend on each one's journey. It will depend on how many suitcases you have already opened, solved, learned, and eliminated. If you have been doing this work, you will have to open just a few. Now, if you refuse to do this work, if you think it is useless, if you think it will lead nowhere, the suitcases are there. Now, something is exciting about these suitcases. They belong to you. Each belongs to its owner, and the next ship, aircraft, or train, no matter what vehicle you take to the fifth dimension, has no place for suitcases. It's an individual vehicle that fits only you, but how will it be if all the bags are there? It is as if each one is strapped to your wrist. Wherever you go, you carry them. Each one is only released after you open it, look at it with love, and then learn from it, because there is a situation to be grasped there. So don't fool yourselves into believing that you will enter the fifth dimension full of suitcases. They all need to be eliminated. Not one, not even a little one, can't be left. What do I mean by this? It will depend on your actions and choices, the time that will come. It doesn't matter if it's next year, the year after that, or the year after that, when those suitcases are gone. So that's all I can say. Everyone's journey in the future will depend on the decisions and choices made. Choices well made, suitcases eliminated, path light, because there are no suitcases to pull. So there is no way I can say here that the coming year will be fantastic, unique, and evolutionary. There is no way I can say all humanity will wake up and accept what we say. I wouldn't know any of this. First, those awakened need to eliminate their suitcases, and those on their way to awakening will be aware of the bags they have. Then each one will have a path to follow. There is no way to generalize, and there is no way to say that everything will be the same for everybody. And everything that will happen will depend on the energy of the whole, not just one. You may have those who will eliminate all their suitcases within months and be ready for ascension. And you will have those who will still take many years to get rid of their bags. So what happens next year, as you say, will depend on each one's path. It will be an individual path. Humanity will make a difference. Of course, it will, but each one will follow the chosen way. Each one will take advantage of the opportunities and events with love or revolt. So I insist once again, what will happen in the coming years will depend on the path of each individual. It will no longer be the decision of the whole. Each one, from now on, will make choices, eliminating their suitcases and going towards ascension, or keeping them and creating new ones. Many things will happen that will affect humanity as a whole. Now how each one will view the events is inherent to each one. Some will accept it with an open heart, others will carry it with some reservations, others will take nothing. They will revolt, others will go crazy, others will kill themselves, others will go their way and leave the planet. So what will happen to you? There is no way of knowing. Your choices, feelings, and vibrations will carry you forward, or not. They will release you from your bags. So we are coming to a time when the whole no longer commands anything. The one who will control the paths will be you, choosing your ways, not the whole, that no longer influences anything. So now the moment has come when each must look at himself and choose a path of evolution. Of course, many things will affect the planet as a whole, but I repeat, each one will react differently. So we are no longer dependent on the all to do anything. Everything will follow what was planned, regardless of humanity's reactions. We are moving very fast towards the total ascension of the planet. So we need to start preparing them to go along. We can no longer stay in this situation. No, we don't do anything because you don't vibrate. It doesn't exist anymore. It doesn't matter anymore about the vibration of humanity. Everything is now going according to plan, regardless of your actions. We now begin the ascension program. Those who want to come with us will arrive. Those who don't come, they will leave. So this awaits you in the coming years, the paths that will effectively lead you to ascension. Now it will be up to each one to choose to follow this path at any cost, at any price, believing, changing, and vibrating only light, or not. It will be up to each one's choice. No longer humanity is there. If I can give you a suggestion for what you're going to ask for next year, vibrate light. When you vibrate light, you attract abundance, health, prosperity, joy, and all the feelings associated with light. So you don't have to keep talking one by one. Ask, may I vibrate and live in the light? It is simple, a single phrase, but with great power. However, it should be said from the heart, because when it happens, it becomes powerful. You turn into a ball of light. So vibrate from the heart that you are light and want to live in the light. Vibrate only light. That's all it takes. The rest will come without you noticing. Only joy. Will it be only joys? Make no mistake, because the bags are still there. To experience only cheer, you must have eliminated your suitcases. Of course, to do so, there is always a dose of suffering and a problem to be overcome. Believe you are light. Being light, you can open the suitcases and eliminate them, one by one, and the day will come when you will effectively be free. And then you will vibrate only joy, love, and prosperity. Bless you. Please don't be shy to ask our help to remove each of your suitcases. Thank you for watching. We love you so much.
My dearest listener, today's message: your good deeds are coming back to you tenfold. The angels say, have you ever had one of those moments where you feel like everything is falling into place, where the universe seems to be conspiring in your favor and the world is singing your praises? Well, that moment is now. You may not realize it yet, but something incredible has happened. Someone saw you and took a picture that is going viral because you were being captured, performing an extremely kind and generous act. And now, the whole world is taking notice of your selflessness and compassion. Can you feel the warmth of the universe embracing you? I repeat, your good deeds are coming back to you tenfold. You're not one to seek attention, but there's something undeniably special about this moment. This kind and generous act may have been something extremely simple or unimportant to you, but that doesn't matter. It was important to the people who saw it and received it, whether you realized it or not, and now your selflessness has touched the hearts of millions. The world is buzzing with positive feedback, and people are sending blessings and love your way. You're being showered with appreciation and accolades, all because of your dedication to showing kindness to others. How does it feel to be recognized in this way? Take a moment to savor it. But here's the thing. This isn't just about external validation. It's about the joy that comes from making a difference in someone's life. Your positive thoughts about other people, eagerness to offer assistance, and genuine desire to make the world a better place have been rewarded in a way that's beyond your wildest dreams. Seeing others happy gives you pleasure, and helping someone gives you satisfaction. You are a beacon of light, and the universe is shining brightly upon you. What's even more exciting is that this is just the beginning. The angels want you to know that because you have consistently shown kindness to others, you are now attracting even more positivity into your life. Your acts of kindness are like boomerangs, flying back to you with even more force. Your life will thrive with interest, parity, goodness, divinity, and unity. Endorsements, upgrades, and many more great things are coming your way. Get ready to receive them with open arms. But don't just sit back and wait for these blessings to arrive. The universe rewards action. Keep doing what you're doing. Keep showing kindness to others, and the rewards will continue to flow. Your life is evolving into something mystical and wonderful, full of breakthroughs and wonders. Your aspirations will manifest, and everything that is intended for you will come to you in the simplest way. All you have to do is trust that the universe has your back and keep moving forward. If this message resonates with you, repeat the following affirmations with me. I am worthy of recognition and love for my acts of kindness and compassion. The universe rewards my positive actions, and I am open to receiving all the blessings that come my way. I will continue to show kindness to others and make a difference in the world, knowing that my positive energy will come back to me in even greater ways. Amen. It's important to remember that this message does not need to resonate with you at this moment. If you are seeing this message, take it as a sign from the universe that this event may be coming soon in the future, and when it does, you can come back to this message to repeat the affirmations. I also want to pass on a time-sensitive message from the moon to you, and you need to hear it today. A subtle yet powerful energy will push you to make a critical decision by the end of the week. You won't find the answer in your horoscope, so don't bother looking there. Click the link in the description to see your free personalized video moon reading. I was amazed at how accurate my reading was, and I know you will feel the same. An important message is waiting for you in the next video. Will you hear it?
This next song here is based on true events, mainly based on the first season of True Detective. It's called Dead on the River Rolling Down. Mary almost beating between nine. The mother of an orphan friend of mine. Painted up with high heels on her feet, maybe what she could just go the street. Head on the river yesterday, but it like some vomit, so they say. The tangle rope around her, she was bound. Head on the river, rolling down. I was quoting scripture in early days. The old man drove his household the gospel way. Up and down our hallway, Bible still. Left behind a sinner, hill to hill. Head on the river yesterday, much longer than I can stay. Saying now there were two more bodies found. Then all the better road down. The fields are in their best suits, pulling rain. Scattered out with their bloodhounds, the long lane. And the city lights, they flicker on the one-lane grid. And the siren echoes bouncing along the hill. Getting on the river yesterday. I need a flood to wash my sins away. Like an ancient cake twisted, turning round. Getting on the river road.
Huge. Right, see, live. It's gonna work. sick. Fucking sick. I feel like I need to plug in. So the shorts are turning out amazing. Straighteners. Bam. I'm just gonna stick it right. What? Not there.